Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
What more does Nike have to do to prove they are a trash company who gave a deal to Caitlin Clark just so her competitors would not have her because they do not like her. They do not want to promote her. They signed a deal. They stuck her on the shelf. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. So I debated on whether to do this or not, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought, one, it's an important story, and two, it does tie in to Caitlin Clark, because let me ask you this. Why is Sha'carri Richardson, as I said here, she was recorded physically assaulting her boyfriend in an airport, then lied to the police about it, that she didn't touch him. They arrested her after reviewing the footage. She did a, quote unquote apology, not apology video. For anyone who saw that, is very, smiling the whole time, never even mentioned her boyfriend, talked about how she's going to do better and on and on. And this post makes it clear also that if the roles were reversed, we would not be getting what we're getting from Nike. What are we getting from Nike, folks? This is right now. I just went to this because this is a day or two ago, but this is right now. If you were to go to Nike right now, I think it just went past it because I was just looking at it. But the first thing that I got, because it automatically plays, was Sha'carri Richardson and her new shoe. That is what Nike has prominently, here we go, prominently on its home page. Sha'carri Richardson. So just real quick, so we're clear, this this is what we were talking about for those that did not see it. This is the footage. I think it is. Yeah, there she's grabbing him. She assaults him multiple times. And you know what? Thankfully for him, this is on video. Now again, he's not supporting this. He didn't press charges. It's the law there that as the cops told her, right? You see that. Now imagine, flip that, reverse that. But even if you don't, I'm not going to play all of it because there's no point in going through all of it. But here is my point. Again, going back to this, this is the type of company that Nike is. It always automatically plays when I get to it. This is prominently displayed on the homepage. We got almost nothing about Caitlin Clark since she joined the WNBA from Nike. Nike basketball, they were this past I shouldn't even say this past year, the college season in 2025, constantly posting stuff about Juju. Had all that merch ready when Paige went first in the draft, but nothing about Caitlin Clark. We still don't have a shoe for Caitlin Clark, but we've got all of this. We have someone here who abused. You can say it's not a big deal if you want, but the fact that Nike chooses to put this out on their homepage after that assault, because then we also had, I think it was, let me see if I have it. Yeah, this is when the cops got there.
Under arrest right now? What am I under arrest for? What am I under arrest for? Christian, are you serious right now? Okay.
You're under arrest for assault 14.
I didn't assault him though.
We have video cameras.
I literally we were having an argument.
I didn't assault him though. Well, it's literally on the cameras. So again, lying to the police, class act. This is who Nike wants to support instead of Caitlin Clark. And I got to tell you, I'm done with this company. I know I probably said that before, but there is no reason to support Nike. We know how they get all their stuff made so cheaply, which is a whole nother issue. But Nike doesn't like Caitlin Clark, and Nike clearly doesn't like Caitlin Clark's supporters. So, this is the type of stuff that we're going to continue to get them. And if you buy stuff from Nike, this is what you're supporting. And that's the problem, because they know they'll come out, they'll throw you a bone with something, Caitlin Clark, you're all going to eat it up. So Nike's going to think, well, hell, why should we change? We're just going to keep using Caitlin Clark like this, putting her on the shelf, abusing her in so many words, not physically, obviously, like this, but front and center on Nike site after the arrest. Nike, you support violence on men. What happened to the code of conduct? We do not tolerate any acts or threats of violence. Nike markets caught on video. Okay, I know what he's trying to say, but they refuse to market Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, marketing Caitlin Clark is a no-no for Nike. But Sha'carri Richardson, front and center on the homepage of Nike.com after that incident is perfectly acceptable to Nike. Let that sink in. Please let that sink in and stop buying stuff when they throw out some silly little thing about Caitlin Clark. You don't need to go out and get it. Now, look, I'm not saying, let me back up. I do not like to, that whole calling for boycotts and all that stuff that gets into cancel this and that. This is me being frustrated. I don't support Nike. I never will support Nike. I think Nike's a terrible company. YouTube's probably going to ban me for this video. All I'm saying is if you're a Caitlin Clark fan, you might want to reconsider buying anything from Nike. And I know I'll get the people say, well, Caitlin Clark seems fine. Great. Caitlin Clark seems fine. I'm sorry. Apologies. I don't give Caitlin Clark all this infallible wisdom that some people get. She's a 23-year-old just out of college. She's incredibly smart, incredibly media savvy, has always done the right thing when it comes to her public image and how she handles herself. It seems like an incredibly nice human being. But just because she has not come out and complained about how Nike's handled her doesn't make all of this okay. And maybe if people see that they're not going to continue to support, if Nike sees that people aren't going to continue to support the company with their treatment of Caitlin Clark, maybe changes can happen. Maybe Caitlin Clark thinks that it's best. She might not be happy about it, and she thinks it's best not to go public with it under the current situation that she has with her contract with Nike. Her silence doesn't mean that she's okay with the way Nike has handled things. It is insane that there's no signature shoe. And no, this is not how long it takes. Can we please get away from that narrative? It is not how long it takes. Wow. Okay. I want to leave you with one thing that's kind of unrelated, but I found it funny because it's kind of in relation to that. People always saying about, oh, how it takes so long for the shoe. Now, you also know that we get a lot of people talking about how they're complaining whenever games are on at the same time, and then there's a day when there aren't games. And I say, you know what? Please stop. It happens in all sports. That's the reality of sports. Scheduling all these games and scheduling, it's just like sometimes teams are going to play 3 games in 4 nights or 3 games in 5 nights and then play 1 game in 4 or 5 nights. That's just the nature of how they have to schedule these things. It happens all the time. And so someone complained just the other day about it on X. Someone actually followed me and I just responded, can we please stop doing this? This is normal for sports. And their response was to block me, which I thought was kind of funny. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think about Nike. And look, you can talk about just the Sha'carri Richardson thing too in the comments if you want. I mean, I obviously for this channel, I wanted to take Caitlin Clark because it makes sense to do so, to show the standard that Nike has that this is okay, but they're going to ignore Caitlin Clark is really, really bizarre. So, but the issue itself is kind of a big deal as well. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you being here as always. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. I will talk to you later.